I'll buy half your product. All right, what are we doing, Spencer? Captain? Lieutenant?
What's up, everyone? Welcome to the first ever TCG Cast, where we bring all the hard-hitting TCG news. My name is Spencer, and joining me today is resident Digimon expert Isaiah Robertson. Isaiah, how are you today?
Oh, I'm chilling. How about you?
I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right.
Heck yeah.
Sitting in 80 degrees inside this house because we turned the fan off to record. But it's all good.
I'm proud of my mixtape.
And in the other corner, we have the man, the myth, the legend, Michael Clare. Michael, how goes everything in the Pokeverse?
Oh, I'm wet.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
Please tell me
Yeah,
more.
no, Pokemon's good, but I'm wet.
Ooh, all right. Are you drenched in sweat like I am?
No, it's not sweat.
Oh, well, I am indeed
But it
wearing
could be.
no pants. And soon, probably no
You won't
underwear as
stand
well.
up right now. You won't stand up.
All right, here we go.
I can't see Mike's face.
What do you mean? I'm right there.
All right, just a little bit of housekeeping for you. Make sure to like and subscribe and leave your thoughts down below. Also, smack that fancy little bell so you can hear our expert opinions every month. We're also having a free giveaway with every episode. All you have to do is like, subscribe, and comment down below to be entered to win. That's
And then we need the last 4 digits of your social and the 3 numbers on the back of your credit card. Thank you.
You're welcome. Starting us off in the news today.
According to PTCGO, which is the online game, their internal data, the Chilling Reign set will feature 198 cards before counting all the secret rares, and there's going to be a lot of them. We already knew that we wouldn't get all the Japanese cards in our English set based on the set description. We're going to get a combination of Matchless Fighters, which came out a set ago, and then the set that's currently out in Japan right now, Silver Lantern, Jet Black Spirit, both of them. Total, they have 76 secret rares. But it's important to note that they count like full arts and full art supporters as secret rares, but we don't. So those will be counted in our 198. So let's pretty much just get into it. Let's take a look at what's going to be in Chilling Reign so far.
Some of the Chilling Reign stuff. I read this wrong. I thought it was going to be the biggest Pokemon set ever, and I had to double take because I thought Vivid Voltage was way up there.
No, Cosmic Eclipse is the biggest one I can think of recently. It had 230 something cards before secret rares.
236 right there. I thought, Vivid Voltage had 185. I knew that was a lot. 202 in the regular Sword and Shield.
The base sets usually hit
Lost Thunder,
high.
214 in Lost Thunder.
Lost Thunder had 214 before secret rares, and Cosmic Eclipse had 236 before secret rares.
Look at the Kung Fu Chicken.
Yep.
So this, what we're looking at right now is just all the stuff from Matchless Fighters, and there's some crazy good alt arts, full art trainers. There's just a lot of good stuff in the set. Like, I mean, obviously the birds are the big chase cards from this set. So you have the alt art Articuno, alt art Zapdos, and alt art Moltres, which I think is the best one. The Moltres.
The Moltres.
The colors are beautiful.
The best one. The colors, like that scheme down at the bottom too, with all those trees with the eyes poking through.
They look so good. Pokemon's been killing it lately with the alt arts. And then, I mean, the Slow King one, it's just so weird, and it's almost like a what would you call it? Watercolors? Pastel? I don't know.
Yeah, like if Van Gogh was gonna make a card, this would probably be the card that he makes.
Yeah. Well, I'm so used to, like, in the past couple of years, Pokemon's been doing like almost like CGI 3D animated like art styles for their big cards. It's cool for them to start using like actual artwork and making it look good on the card. Like, even all these full art trainers look amazing.
They do. That one right there. The Pokeballs are on the top hat.
Yeah, I mean, I forget all their names. I think
the
that's
Rapid
Raleigh.
Strike Fist right there.
He looks so good. I think Karen looks great. The background looks good.
Yep.
And then, I mean, I'm okay with Rainbow Rares.
Karen card? Oh god.
Yeah.
This Blaziken right here.
That Blaziken looks awesome.
Oh, I didn't see
with
that card.
Yeah, the Sobble killing off Zangoose in the background.
Yeah. So, and it's just to give these cards they actually have personality now, you know? And that's not something Pokemon's really done before, is give them a whole lot of personality in the card, so that's cool. Your secret rare Pokemon, your gold Pokemon, which is always shiny, is Snorlax in that set. Looks dope.
Something fan.
Yeah, Fan of Waves, Earn of Vitality. I don't know how good they are in the meta, but still cool. And then the
I do like the gold energies. I think that's the
yeah,
only
the gold.
gold ones that
I
I've
can't
ever
remember
kept.
if Matchless Fighter is the first one to do it in Sword and Shield. I think it is, because I don't think we got any in what's the set we're with right now? Battle Styles. I don't think
Battle
we got any.
Styles.
So.
No, we did get gold cards in
Did we?
Battle Styles. Yeah.
Well, no. I'm talking about the energy.
Yeah, the gold energy.
What did we get? Well, we got Rapid Style and Single Strike. I'm talking basic energy.
Oh, okay, yeah. I mean, we got
Yeah.
the stamp ones. Let's say I have
And
them
then
somewhere.
we have set 6, A, which is Silver Lance, which features Ice Rider Calyrex as its main card. But oh my god, some of these cards look
Flannery
phenomenal.
getting some love finally. Gen 3.
Yeah,
Shout out to Gen 3.
dude, but look at this. Look at these alt arts for a second. Look at our alt art Ice Rider V. The Deerlings, that's a Litleos, Feel, all that in the background. And of course Calyrex is cool.
That mountain, that like
But-
high res mountain in a Pokemon card.
It just looks so good. And then this Rapidash,
Oh,
you know, it's just everything looks good.
Sandaconda.
Sandaconda, I'm sleeping on Sandaconda.
oh no,
Not
I
doing
like actually like that
Oh,
Sandaconda.
but,
Silly Cobra. Come on, shout out to the Silly Cobra.
Look at
All
the
this right here,
tornado.
the tornadoes.
That, like, granted, this looks like something that I
He-
might be able to draw up with enough time, but it still looks so good.
He's throwing up a quillfish in the background. Is that a shuppet?
Shuppet all the way in the back.
background.
It's just so good. And then you
God,
have
these
the
rainbow
alt art of
rares.
the VMAX. So look at that Ice Rider VMAX.
This one right here. That
in the top
Sandaconda.
right.
How can you hate on Sandaconda?
Well, that's Sandaconda VMAX. That's a different story.
Yeah.
Look how good that looks, dude.
God, that looks so good. I love this winter scheme too. Like going back
This is
and looking at all these winter ones.
mhm.
Except for
Yeah.
Flannery.
Well, and in the regular set, all the arts usually feature like ice, you know, and they did that with Plasma Freeze back in the day,
Mhm.
and I loved it. And then you get your water energy and
Water
Bronzong's
energy.
your shiny Pokemon, which kind of hard to tell. Bronzong's shiny looks pretty similar to its regular.
Yeah.
And
I'm
then
not a-
you know you got your rainbows, full arts.
As much as I like Flannery and the rainbows, I don't know if I like the spring. I'd probably just go with the regular full art.
So interesting on when you're selling like singles and stuff for Pokemon, the regular full arts sell more than the rainbow arts for most of these cards, even though the rainbow arts are much harder to pull.
Yep.
It's just because the regular arts look so good.
Yeah, that background for
these full art
Flannery right
trainers.
there.
Mm-hmm.
God, it's just so nice.
Even for like I like the ice gym leader from Gen 8 from Sword and Shield. Yeah, I forget her name, but like I love that card art. Like it's just so good.
Yeah, everything just looks so good.
And then you get one more set here, Jet Black, featuring I don't know, this
Celebi.
one might be my favorite. The Celebi alt art isn't here. I don't know if we're gonna get it in our set. Even that full art Celebi looks amazing.
Celebi's in my top 10 easily. Probably close to my top 5 of all time.
Then you got Zero Aura.
Metagross.
Look.
Metagross.
Look at this Zero Aura right here, the alt art. You got Weevil just chilling there. How'd they get the Sunbeam?
I know.
Like it's
all these
everything
high
looks
res
so
cards.
good. Then you
Yeah,
got
they really have been stepping up with the alt art.
These Ice
they
Rider
have
ones.
it's phenomenal. That one looks dope.
That does.
You got the Squobits, and then
Even the Blissey
this
right
little
here.
Blissey,
Mhm.
cute, has some personality to it.
Got some slippers in the background. I see the slippers right there.
And then what's her name? Caitlin?
I don't
Is that her
remember
name?
God, you
What's
lose
the
me
other
on
one?
gym leaders after Gen 4.
Agatha. Well, they're Elite Four members. Cybold, he's Elite Four in Gen 6, I think. But his art looks great too.
God, this Celebi right here. Oh wow. Oh man.
And then I think this might be my favorite Calyrex alt art.
Yeah.
yeah,
It just looks so good. They killed it. They killed it.
Who's that popping out of the window?
I can't tell. It almost looks like Murkrow. I can't.
I can't
Kind
tell
of hard
either.
for me to tell.
Me too.
When I pull it in person, we can.
Even the
look at it.
Voltorb looks nice. I don't
Yeah,
like the gold
Electrode.
cards. Or Electrode. I don't like the gold cards at all, but even that one is dope.
That one looks
That
dope.
one's dope.
The orb,
That one's
the
dope.
whatever that thing is, and the psychic energy.
Psychic,
And then you get the promos down here, which should be in our regular set.
Oh,
That's Celebi's the
right
best
there.
card, hands down, in my
Mhm.
opinion.
I need that one.
It looks so good. Sandaconda.
You're gonna buy that one for me, right?
Yeah, my birthday's in a month, Isaiah.
Yeah, mine's in
Don't forget
November.
Huh.
And then the Sandaconda too at the bottom, like just chilling next to a radiator.
Yep, and then I got a grunt in the background too.
It's just so cool.
God, I could spend the next 5 hours talking about this. Just
So
looking at
that's what should be in our Chilling Reign set. There's a lot of good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
My only problem is there's too many secret rares. I love all these cards, but it's gonna be hell to pull everything.
You
Not
think
even
they're gonna
that.
increase the
The
pull
pull
rate
rates, I
for the
doubt
box?
it.
I hope they do. I hope they raise the pull rates. That'd be
Yeah,
nice.
but then they sell less product if they do.
Yeah. So I mean, they're probably gonna keep the same pull rates as Battle Styles, which sucks.
They might
But-
follow the MTG example with Strixhaven, where they guarantee at least one or like with the new Strixhaven set in
Mhm.
any booster pack, you're guaranteed at least one Mystic Archives card, something like that, sort of.
Yeah, but I don't think they would
Even
do.
if it's not foil or anything.
I don't think they'd do anything like that. I could see them raising the hit rate by like you'll get one extra hit per booster box or something like that.
Hmm.
I can see them doing that.
But they in Strixhaven they decreased the pull rates of foils. So like this one I got in a regular booster pack, but it's
Mhm.
not foil. It's just a regular Mystic Archives, like
Yeah.
non-etched, non-foil, everything like that. Still dope, but
Yeah.
I mean, if
the
you're
thing
trying
is,
to
all the cool cards in Pokemon right now are all ultra rare secret rares, right?
they're
So
all
like
in Japan. The
they're,
battle
they're
styles,
all overseas right
yeah,
now.
battle styles is blech. Get me out of this set that we're in
Nah,
right
Battle
now.
Styles still has some cool stuff in it.
No, get
I still need my Empoleon. All right, so that's
I
that
mean-
set, and then the next set coming up, EV Heroes.
EV Heroes.
That's what they're setting up for in Japan.
Whoop. Down the
Let's kind of zoom through this.
Unprofessional.
Pretty much, it's a EV
Boom,
set,
yeah, all the evolutions right here.
and they all look really good. The art styles on
Sylveon.
them,
I'm kind of falling for
I
Sylveon.
can't explain it.
Umbreon is just so nice.
They all look good.
Yep, regular Eevee.
They
Entei
show
looks
off
good.
some hollows here.
The
They
Grimmsnarl.
even the hollows look great. So let's skip down some more. So I hope we
Box art.
get something like this in the States because it just looks so good. I would love a box like this. The sleeves, the deck box, the regular box,
The sleeves are so nice. Even the
the
background.
Espeon,
The background of the cards.
promo is so good.
Mm-hmm.
Everything about this is so good. Like I hope we get something like this in the over here. And then there's like this VMAX set where you get I think you randomly get either Flareon, Vaporeon, Jolteon, or Espeon VMAX. Japan does some weird products like these, so it'll be interesting to see how they kind of send that over to us. I think they'll just be in our regular set. I don't think there'll be promos. And then they have these high class decks, which they should be bringing over to the States as well.
You would hope.
Just different. Not as cool as this stuff. I don't think we'll get all these like extra deck boxes and this dice holder thing, which looks really cool.
I mean, we're just now getting to the V battle decks and the Charizard
Yeah,
theme decks.
so
and
that's where we're
Dreadnought.
getting these promos. That Empoleon and Tyranitar promo, we're gonna have those in tins. So I think we're just gonna have regular decks, and then apparently these decks are supposed to be all hollow. I think
The whole deck. Let's see.
will come with 60 hollow or reverse hollow cards. So yeah,
Wow.
I
Most
expect
of
them
them
to
will be
have a
reprints.
decent price. They're 2,700 yen, which is about 25 bucks.
$27, yeah.
So I'm excited for this.
Two decks come bundled together in a double box for $66, 6,600 yen.
Yeah, I think that's what's shown in that little promo art where it has everything. I think that's the double box.
Right here. That's the double box.
Which I would love something like that. Like,
That
that's
box
just
is
so
just
cool.
dope too. The coins. I need the coins. Let's see.
And then the last story we got for Pokemon is just apparently Walmart's getting their own exclusive Shining Fates products, which we thought we were about done. We had our final wave of Shining Fates, but Walmart's got their own stuff coming out now. So you can get 5 packs of Shining Fates with a jumbo and a promo card of the cards that we got in the tins previously.
Yep.
Yeah, so Cramorant, Boltund, Eldegoss. If you couldn't get them in tins, you can get them now, which I think you couldn't, right? You couldn't find. Which I don't remember.
I mean,
which
if you're
promo
not
you
there,
wanted.
if you're not there as soon as they restock, especially here in where I live in North Carolina.
Well, everywhere.
Yeah, but like especially here, like I'm in a group in Discord with some people from Charlotte as well, and they have so many more options to go. So like, being over here in like a smaller town, there's one Walmart, there's one Target.
Yeah.
The next Walmart over is 30 minutes away, and so like it's easy for them to know where the distributor is and come in and scalp it, and then go to the next Walmart real quick while the distributor heads over there.
Yeah, exactly. Well, hopefully this gives you a better chance to get some of these promos that you might have missed out on. So, I mean, it's cool. It's weird, but it's cool. I think they've done stuff like this before, where they took promos from tins, gave them jumbo cards, put it in a box, and resold it. So I like the jumbo cards. I'll take it.
Let's just hope their product isn't as crappy as like some of the Pikachu V boxes that I've seen.
Oh yeah,
Where like you pick up a Pikachu V box
and it falls apart in your hands.
well that and then like I literally see packs missing out of it while it's not even open. Like everything is
they're all
sealed.
falling behind, like
Yeah.
in the back or something. But
No, I mean I picked up one the other day at Walmart and it was literally just missing 2 packs. Like the 2 packs weren't falling behind. I tried shaking it up and everything, and it was gone. But the
They were
package was
thieved.
still
So-
sealed up and everything. It's crazy.
it's crazy. That's pretty much the Pokemon stories for today. A lot of cool stuff. I'm super excited for Chilling Reign.
Yeah, Chilling
Cannot
Reign
wait.
looks so nice, and all these other new sets. They just need to
Mhm.
give us some other battle styles. Please get rid of battle styles. I've had my fill
I'm
of
loving battle
styles.
styles, bro.
All right, you're off the show. See ya, Isaiah. Welcome back.
It's been a pleasure.
Up next, we have a new subscription service for Magic the Gathering. An article from Technoraptor states Wizards of the Coast appear to be surveying players about a new potential subscription service option for some of the game's limited products. The new survey is aimed at Magic players and asks how they'd feel about a variety of subscription and membership options for future Secret Lair products. Magic the Gathering Secret Lair is a series of limited run products directly aimed at selling singles to players for the first time from 39 Secret Lair drops. Each with special one-off artwork based on a single theme. The Secret Lair Valentine's Day 2021 featured 6 cherub-themed Art Boros single reprints costing $29.99. A new survey doing the rounds on Reddit seems to be suggesting that players will soon be able to take part in subscription and membership programs related to Secret Lair. The surveys were revealed by Reddit user Card on the Magic TCG subreddit. The various screenshots show that survey asking how the player feels about various subscription and membership options. A subscription option is described as automatic payment for each Secret Lair drop in a year and came with benefits such as free and early delivery of each drop and the ability to cancel at any time. While there's been some interest in the subscription service, not everything in the survey was received as well. The main membership option cost $1.99 a year, and including a discount on Secret Lair purchases, free shipping, and the opportunity to buy 4 members-only Secret Lair drops each year. There's also a $99 option that dropped the 10% discount but kept the rest of the features for more expensive memberships. This, to me, is interesting and I don't want to say troubling.
I'd say troubling.
Yeah, I'd say
Because-
troubling for the local game stores. Now, me
Yeah, 'cause-
personally, as just a consumer and a collector, I'm all about it. If I can subscribe for a year and they release, 10 Secret Lair sets, and I've only paid $100 for the whole year, I get all 10 Secret Lair sets where, I'd have to purchase them individually for $30 each, then yeah, absolutely sign me up.
So where I think it's a problem is for LGSs, right? Because your LGS can't offer you a subscription model on these. That's just between Wizards and the consumer, right? No middleman there. And that kind of cuts out the LGS. And then I don't know if you know this, but Magic is already pushing a lot of their product through
Yes,
Amazon
directly to
into
consumers.
the LGSs.
Yep.
And so LGSs are getting less stock. And if there is stock, it just goes straight to Amazon because they make more money. So I feel like they're just hurting their relationship more and more with LGSs. And so when these new TCGs like Flesh and Blood, MetaZoo, Digimon, all these stuff are popping off, and they're trying to establish good relations with the LGSs, the LGS might move to these newer games and kind of start dropping Magic a little more. So if Magic ever gets burnt by Amazon or something, it's going to be hard to repair those relationships with LGSs.
I think that, and at the same time, like Magic the Gathering, they have so much product readily available. Like if they do this, it's going to lower all the prices on any of their cards. Like if I want to go out and buy a single Mythic Rare that's $100 now, and now they're pushing it directly to consumers without cutting out the middleman. That $100 probably in a year is probably going to be $50 or $40 or $30, however much it drops, just because it's so readily available to everyone. And I think they have the right intentions in mind when they want to do the subscription service. But if they continue it,
No, I doubt it, dude. It's a company. It's Wizards. They have to report to Hasbro now. So when Papa Hasbro comes up and is like, "Hey, we need you to increase profits by 10%," Wizards may not want to do it, but they're owned by Hasbro, so Hasbro is calling the shots. Do you think Hasbro cares about LGSs? No, they serve every Walmart, every Target. LGSs are such a small thing to them that they probably don't care. As
Yeah.
long as the profit numbers are fine.
I guess that is fair. But like giving out the subscription service for these limited time cards, I think
Yeah,
I like it as a consumer, but someone who plans on opening up his own LGS within the next 10 years, I hate it. Can't stand it. Like,
yeah.
I
Because I
need
mean,
product to sell, and when I'm only getting bulk Magic the Gathering all the time and not getting anything else that people are wanting at that time, then it's an issue and hard to keep the doors open.
because if we look at Pokemon, which is probably the best performing TCG right now in the scene, when it comes to like promos and stuff like this, they don't do direct to consumer. Like you can buy stuff off Pokemon Center, but like that's not buying singles from Pokemon, right?
Mm,
You have to get singles from your LGS, right? Or you have to open up packs,
yeah,
which
or
you
from
usually buy from
TCG
your
Player.
LGS. If you
Yeah.
want a promo, you can't just buy the promo unless you buy it from a reseller or your LGS. You have to go and buy the product that it's with. You have to go buy tins or ETBs from your LGS. They're not. I don't know. I feel it's just so weird. I don't think it's gonna be good in
I
the
think
long run at all.
I think it lasts a year, and then they probably see a minor increase in profits, and then it just drops off completely because either they don't send out enough product, or they don't make enough product, or they've overthought this way too much about selling directly to consumers.
Yeah,
And I think there's going to be an uproar sooner or later about it.
I agree.
I don't know what this guy on Reddit said about the survey. I haven't read the thread on Reddit
Mm-hmm.
about what they said, but I'm pretty sure everyone's in that same state of mind where like it's a novel idea, it's just not a long-lasting idea.
Yeah, it kind of sucks because it's cool. Like Secret Lair is arguably very cool.
Oh yeah, I mean it's like
but it's
probably one of the best like artwork looking cards I've seen. Like, if I can
yeah.
pull up some of the.
But the thing is, they could just push these right through LGSs, but they're choosing not to, which is the problem. So
Yeah, I mean, if anything, LGS is just going to buy up all the stock and then scalp it because I've seen.
yeah, that's the way they have to do it. So you don't
Yeah.
get a distributor discount, you don't get any of this, and
Mhm.
so it automatically raises the resale price because if the LGS wants to buy it, they have to buy it for $30,
Yep.
and so
yeah.
that means they have to sell it for like 45
And then I
after
have to,
shipping, right?
Yeah, I have to pay $7 for shipping. Let's see, I pre-order it now. Go to checkout. All right. Well.
Don't show off your card info, sir. But like,
Let's see. Yeah, everything.
because if you
after.
want to get it from your LGS, you're gonna pay $15 more. So there's no point in buying it from.
Oh, I'm in line. All right. Well, I tried checking out the other one, this one right here with the
It was
foil.
like 37, right?
No,
38?
it was 58 after taxes and after shipping and everything. It was.
Oh yeah, because you got
It
the
was-
foil ones, right?
Yeah, it was too much
So
for
it's
5
40.
cards. I mean,
Yeah.
if anything, people are gonna go buy them all up and then eventually just turn them back into their LGS. We're just gonna resell the cards.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's. Like I said, I think it's a
It's-
novel
it's
idea. It's
troublesome.
just
It's troublesome.
not something that's gonna last too long. The last thing on the docket for MTG, Post Malone to appear on game nights. This to me just stuck out as something really, really fucking cool.
Mhm.
Like as growing up playing Pokemon, that was a big deal. Yu-Gi-Oh, that was a big deal amongst the kids. But as you got older and the more you play with them, you get picked on and bullied and stuff, and people call you nerd, blah blah blah. And now you've got this like, I would argue Post Malone is probably universally loved throughout most of the world.
Yeah.
Who just did a Pokemon concert. Like, that blew my mind as well. That was also really cool to see. And now he's in the Magic the Gathering scene, like on game nights and one of the big old the command zone. Like, it's cool to see.
Yeah, it's extremely cool. Yeah, because it just, if anything, I hope it helps kids who are like 12 or 13 who are big fans of these franchises. Helps them be not afraid to be a fan of that franchise.
Exactly, and
That
I
way
guarantee you they're listening to his music as well.
Yeah.
He's just so popular, and like he
'Cause-
reaches out across generations as well.
I was talking to somebody the other day where so I was unashamed. Like I would bring my DS to school. I'd play Pokemon in class if I didn't have stuff to do, if the teacher was cool with it. And I was a huge nerd, and I was openly a nerd, and like I didn't care that much. But there was this guy who I went to school with who I didn't know was a huge Pokemon fan till college. And once he got to college, he was openly a big Pokemon fan. He's walking around in Charizard slippers type of thing. But he just in high school he was too scared to like really be unashamed of his hobbies, right?
hmm
And so it's because of the stigmatism, or not stigmatism, but the is it stigmatism? I don't know what's the word I'm
Yeah,
looking
the
for.
stigma,
I think it's
Yeah.
like-
the
Yeah,
stigma
yeah.
that surrounds like being
That it's just
a TCG nerd, quote unquote.
yeah, it's nerdy, it's not cool.
Mhm.
You
It's
know,
for
you won't fit in if
kids,
you do it.
if you watch the anime, you're not.
But
It's
now
just-
you're not cool if you don't play Fortnite or if you don't
yeah.
have video games.
Or if you
Like
don't
it's
watch
just
comic books, it's the same thing with comic books. Like I used to think as you, like I embraced my nerdiness, and I would bring comic books and stuff inside class, and kids would like Snickers, they walk past me or whatever, blah blah blah.
mm,
But now it's like you have Marvel, which I would argue is probably the biggest media company in the world right now, owned by Disney,
or
which
yeah,
is
the
also
bigger
the
the
second
most
biggest.
well-known
Yeah,
IP for movies, right?
the MCU, and like if you're not watching those movies, then you're the outcast. Where it was
Yeah.
the other way around. If you're reading the comics, you're the outcast. You're the one that, the smelly nerd that never wears deodorant and showers once a week.
I mean, you might still be the smelly nerd, but
I mean,
it's not.
yeah,
Yeah.
that hadn't changed.
I'll make sure I stay clean.
But yeah, it's just cool to see, like, especially Post Malone. Like I adore Post Malone.
Yeah.
I never really got too much into his music, but I love his personality. I
Yeah.
love that he's got like no holds barred about himself. Really, you know what I mean?
Mm.
Yeah.
And now he's embracing Magic the Gathering, which, in my opinion, was probably the most nerdy one out of the trading card scene
Oh yeah.
when I was
like it's
growing
up there
up.
with D&D.
Yeah, and I play D&D as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Wizards of the
It's
Coast.
super cool. It's super cool.
Yeah. Up next, we have the Digimon segment with our resident Digimon expert, Isaiah. Take it away.
Oh yes, we have. There's actually kind of a lot of Digimon news. The latest one, if you don't mind scrolling up on this real quick,
You?
so we finally have an English translation of all of the cards for Set 4 that's supposed to come out in June.
Hmm.
And just like, can we just take like a minute, just like look how awesome Ancient Greymon looks?
I know that ancient
Oh, yeah,
grandma
these
is
cards
just
look dope.
so fucking cool.
Like, oh my goodness! Like, I can't wait. I can't wait to put that card in my deck.
The
and just
cracks in his
run people
armor.
at my tournaments.
That little,
Bandai can make some good cards.
That-
I'll give him that.
that little energy
Correct.
ball that he's got coming out of his mouth. The tail in the
Right.
background, how detailed that tail is. And
So
then
I got a question for you, Isaiah.
Yeah.
Is set 4? Is that what the English set is going to call it, or is this going to be in like set 2 or 3? What set is this going to be in?
yeah, because they're on version
Okay.
1.5 right now.
So yeah, so like kind of like a little backstory on that. So originally, Bandai was just gonna give us like Set 1, then Set 2, Set 3, and Set 4, but because they didn't want us to be like far behind from where Japan was at, they decided to combine Set 1 through 3 into like 2 sets. So Set 1.0 has all of Set 1, a little bit of Set 2, and a little bit of Set 3. Then then 1.5 has the rest of Set 2 and the rest of Set 3.
Okay.
And so whenever Set 4 comes out, it's actually going to be Set 4, which is going to be called Great Legends. Which
Okay.
So yeah,
So the first couple sets was just catch up.
you're right.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. And so I'm actually really hyped for Great Legends because it's gonna they're gonna incorporate kind of like 2 new skills. The main new skill is called Digiburst, which essentially you take away your own Digivolution sources to do certain effects. So there's one card called Lilamon, which if you don't mind hitting the card list on the on the Facebook. Click right there. It'll send the card list. And we wait for it to load.
Clean website.
Oh boy, it is.
Yes.
Except for the asking me to use cookies. You said
Ooh.
Lilemon?
So if you, I think it's on the second page of this. And also, hey, can we scroll up a little bit real quick?
Ooh.
Or okay, that's fine. Cause like some of like the alternate arts in these cards or on these cards look so amazing.
They do.
Like
Right here.
keep scrolling.
This
Oh yeah,
one
like
here,
that
the
Zebra-Rumon,
Zebra-Rumon.
for example. Yeah, that card looks dope. There's the
Lobomon.
Lobomon. And then there's Victory Greymon, which is big old sword. And
That's
just,
Shine Greymon. Oof. Rise
oh yeah, my
Greymon.
fan favorite, Shine Greymon.
Spinomon, that one looks dope.
Yeah, these look so good.
Yes, and there's like some of these cards, and I'm so hyped for some of these cards to come out because like with the Agunimon and the Lobomon, they have certain like special effects to where you can play them on top of your Tamer card, and it treats like the Tamer card as like a level 3 Digimon, so you can potentially steal games with that alone. Okay, so if you scroll up a little bit, and click on one of the that one. So so the Digiburst effect for that one is you Digiburst 2, which means you get rid of your own Digivolution sources, and then you get to suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. So that's amazing because you can potentially suspend like somebody's blocker, and so you won't have to worry about getting blocked. So you can just do like attacks, and then you can potentially win the game, or you can just beat, or you can just like suspend that blocker, swing at that blocker, and then you don't have to worry about that unless if
Yeah.
of course, your opponent plays another blocker. So there's like different effects like that. There's a if you scroll up, there's another card that brings up a new skill.
Where's the one that you were talking about that had unlimited tokens?
Oh, so that's the Diaboromon, which we won't get. So that whole deck concept comes out in set 5, which hasn't been released yet, but
I
I
gotcha.
assume we're gonna get in probably in like September ish, unless
like-
of course we get delays because of COVID and all that.
So like version 2.5 here in America, right?
Right. So so if you click on the Buchi Agumon, which also looks really dope,
It does.
he has the ability called Rush, which for Magic players, it's the same thing as Haste. And so this is like the first
Is that the
like
first?
haste card that we essentially get.
That's the first iteration of it here in the English version.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm so excited to play that because there is a deck called there's a deck based around a card called Anubismon, which I think is on the 3rd page. I think that's where all the purple stuff is. Keep scrolling, keep scrolling. I think you passed it.
Anubismon.
Yeah, the one on the left. There you go.
There it is.
Like yeah, that one also has the rush ability, and so whenever you digivolve something, you can play a level 3 Digimon from your trash, which is like the same thing as your discard or your just like discard pile and whatnot. And then it also has the ability where on your turn, whenever you play a Digimon from your trash, it gains rush.
Yeah,
So
see that right there.
He
if
seems busted.
That seems broken.
yeah, and so whenever you play, a Digimon from your trash, you can like it can potentially be like a sneaky type of win depending on what exactly you play. Now the other card that pairs well with this is actually a secret art card,
That one looks
which
dope.
oh yeah, Dan Devimon. Yeah, a lot of people are
I
talking
need
about that card.
the Venom card. I'm actually wearing my Venom shirt right now. I got my Dan Devimon shirt on.
Yeah, I feel like And it's kind of interesting because I feel like the people behind Digimon are like really big fans of like Marvel and like DC because like of course like that clearly looks like Venom. Then there's another card called what's it called? Mallow Myotismon, which essentially looks like has like the little Batman logo like on his chest, which I think you saw earlier.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
So
remember that.
I just think that's just like interesting and really funny.
Let's see, where is it?
Yeah,
There it is,
that
right there.
yeah. Like look at that. It's clearly a Batman symbol.
Yeah, that's just Mecha Batman with his shitty little face mask on.
I am the knight. And so yeah, so I guess some more news if you don't mind scrolling up. So in May, we're going to be right there.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be getting premium packs, and it's kind of like a classic like Bandai type of thing to like make a premium pack for something because I used to play the Dragon Ball card game or Dragon Ball Super card game, and they always create premium packs of like the recent sets and whatnot. So it's no surprise that they would do this. But the cool thing that they did add is the other card called Rise Greymon. And yeah, here's and for those that are that watch this, if you look at world.digimon.com, they kind of give out news about like kind of like the latest like product and other stuff like that.
If you can get your hands on it.
If get your hands on it. So yeah, so this card is awesome because this pairs up with the Shine Greymon deck that is well as of the past like month has been just running tournaments. And the reason this card is played in so many Shine Greymon decks is because of its Digivolve effect and its inheritable effect. So its Digivolve effect is when you Digivolve it on top of level 4, on top of level 4, you get to play a Tamer card for free, basically, and then like its on play effects don't work. So essentially, you Digivolve that, you play a Tamer, which is like, for example, like the TK, like a starter deck TK that gives all your security Digimon plus 2,000, or you would play the Kyrie Kamiya that if your security, which is essentially your life, is at 3 or less, you get to gain a memory. And so also this really helps like the Shine Greymon engine because Shine Greymon's effect is also whenever you Digivolve it, you get to rest all your Tamers, and for each Tamer you rested, you get to do 4,000 power or 4,000 DP. Or okay, you minus a Digimon by 4,000 power. So let's say you have like 5 Tamers out on the field. You Digivolve to Shine Greymon, you rest everything, and then you just pick like multiple Digimon and you just do 4,000, 4,000, 4,000. So essentially, it could potentially be a board wipe, which is why like Shine Greymon is just so good. And then
Stacked on top of this Rise Greymon.
right, and then also if you have this Rise Greymon under the Shine Greymon, you get the inheritable effect that says while you have 3 or more yellow tamers in play, it gets security attack +1. So if you kind of think about it in a way, it's essentially like a double strike for those that are kind of coming from the Dragon Ball Super card game.
Or Magic.
Or Magic, yeah. But for those that don't know, it basically means security attack +1 means I get to hit for an extra security. So essentially, if you swing at your opponent's security, you hit for, and it goes through, you hit for one of their security. But if you give it security attack +1, that means you get to hit for 2. And then there's also like different ways to increase security, but we'll potentially get to that later. So yeah, so having this card as a promo essentially for this for the premium pack is really awesome.
And it means it's soon going to be banned out. Because everyone will use it.
Man.
And I mean everyone.
A lot of players going to be so mad.
Is this what you run when you go to your tournaments?
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, if I'm playing Shine Greymon that day and I'm not playing a full playset of that in my deck, I'm just done.
Like, you wasted $5 for the entry fee.
Yeah. Like, what are you doing? And so another kind of like another set of news that kind of came out around March that is kind of still relevant today. So if you scroll down to around the March 26th, scroll up for one more time. Yeah. So the people at Bandai sent out a survey asking people about kind of like how they felt about like the game and if there was like kind of like essentially like some changes that they would prefer like to make and whatnot. And so there's like a bunch of like. Say what you say?
Ban Shine Greymon.
Not exactly like those type of questions. But there's 3 questions that I found to be like very significant. And so besides where do you live? If we can.
Why are you interested to battle to collect cards?
Not that one.
Per month, how much do you spend? Which illustrations do you prefer? If merchandise featuring art from the Digimon card game was released, which would you be most interested in? Rubber character keychains. What kind of illustrations are you hoping to see on future cards? You find the Digimon card game easy to collect?
No.
Yeah, absolutely not. There you go. I'll check that
answer. It is hard to collect.
What do you think about the Digimon card game rarities? How do you feel about the frequency? Do you think playmats should include memory? Which alternate arts have your favorite designs? What do you enjoy about the game? What do you enjoy least about the game? What are your thoughts on mulligans? Authorized judges?
Okay. Yeah, that question right there is a very like hot take for the game. Because so essentially, now there's some games that have like mulligans like Pokemon, like Dragon Ball. I'm not sure if there's a mulligan for Magic. I think it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so for Digimon, there isn't a mulligan, which and for like a lot of people kind of coming and for like a lot of people that come from kind of like Pokemon or Magic and are playing this game, they're kind of like upset about it because sometimes you get hands where all you get is like
5 lands.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Been there, done that.
So like you get like a bunch of like high like level 6 Digimon, level 5 Digimon, and you don't really want to give your opponent a lot of memory, but like what can you do? Like you just
it's like the only thing you can do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then like if your opponent plays something that like just bounces it back to your hand, like for example a card called Array of Victory, which essentially you bounce it back to your hand and then you do some extra stuff. So yeah, so if they do something like that, then you're just like, okay, draw. Oh, another level 5 or another level 6 or something else that I have to hard play. All right, cool, hard play again. And then you're just essentially giving your opponent a lot of memory to work with, which could kind of help them turbo up to their own level 6s, and then they can just do a bunch of crazy effects that wither down your own health, and then you just can't really do anything, and you just essentially lost the game.
Yeah, in 3 turns.
And I've had a lot of experiences with that myself. RIP my green deck. And so like yes, like a lot of people are just like there's like half of the people, half the community are like, we need mulligans. I don't want to have to deal with this. And there's the other side that is just like, you really don't need mulligans. All you need to do is just kind of just build like fix up your um like the way that you build your deck, and then you can just go off from there. Which like I agree on one side because like I've had like one of the tournaments that I went to, I performed like on the first half of the tournament. I performed very well. I was crushing it. My hands was like either like I could have like worked with or was like god tier hands. Then on the other part of the tournament, yeah, I had like a bunch of level fives, level sixes. I died in like turn 4 or 5, and it was just very hard to watch, and I was upset. So that side I get, but on the other hand, like I like I don't know. It's like if you do give it a mulligan, like all of like the best decks in the format are just gonna be essentially better, in my opinion. Like with Shine Greymon, for example, like if I get a hand of like a lot of like Rise Greymons and then like a lot of Shine Greymons, and then I like mulligan, and then I get like my level 3, my level 4, and then like I get like the whole chain, then like yeah, like I'm gonna like win every game. But like yeah, so like it's kind of tough because like for me personally, like half of me is like yay mulligan, other half is like no mulligan.
Has your
um
LGS addressed this when they host the
no, not
tournament?
really. Um my LGS is kind of just like kind of going with the flow of like how like players is kind of giving them information. Well, not cause like what I kind of told you before we started. Well, I guess we might have already been recording, but uh, like my distributor, she mainly gets her information from either kind of like sites like the Digimon site, or mainly just from like her customers. Cause actually like yesterday when I went to my tournament local, I asked her if she was getting any more product because on the website, the Digimon website, they said that they were going to continue making product every month. And then my LGS was like, okay, I didn't know that. I'll try to ask my distributor. And she said like she tried to ask her distributor like last time, and like her distributor didn't even know. So it's mainly been on like Bandai to kind of get out like the
Yeah,
product
push out all
and
the
whatnot.
product. Yeah, I think that's the issue with the Digimon card game going on right now. Is it's it's just so hard to access because there's so little product around. Like I think here where I live, I've seen a single Digimon booster out in the wild, and that was at GameStop, and that was only because I went in there to pay for Pokemon Snap that day, and I looked around, and I saw it sitting there on the shelf. And the person behind the counter, she was like, "Yeah, that's the only one we've gotten since the Digimon card game has come out."
Wow.
And so I think it's just an issue of manufacturing on Bandai's end.
Yeah.
Hold up,
And
did
see,
you say
that's like,
Bondi?
so what?
What did you say Bondi?
Bandai, Bandai Namco,
Bandai?
Bandai,
Bandai.
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 Bandai Namco.
But yeah, like, yeah, it really sucked. Like, cause like the game state now, kind of going off of like the limited product that you were mentioning. Yeah, it's just like it's like the demand for just product is like so high, but because of like COVID and I guess just like other factors, like Bandai is just like it's just hard for them to kind of like to make product to satisfy everybody. Um, and then also whenever like we do get a product, then like all the scalpers and whatnot somehow get to it first, and then they just sell it for like ridiculous prices.
It's because they
Um,
know the distributors personally, which is just so annoying.
yeah,
If you're a distributor
and
out
it's
there,
just
please don't give out your personal info.
right. And it just sucks because I think around like MSRP, like a booster box of like 1.0 for Digimon should be around like $80, right? But like if you look like online
It's
or
175.
like yeah, like 175, 200, like I'm not trying to pay all that.
Yep. No, it's getting insane. I think that's the biggest issue with all the TCGs right now. I can't say much for Yu-Gi-Oh. I'm not into Yu-Gi-Oh anymore. But I know with their newest set, like even that flies off the shelves, and their newest set wasn't even received that well, which is crazy. But people are just buying it up because they see trading card games on the shelf, and they're in this mindset like, okay, if I buy it for $15, I can resell it for 20. So why don't I just get all of them and make $5 profit off of 20 packages? It's annoying and insane.
Yeah, you really hate to see it.
Any meta changes in the Pokemon universe?
I mean, right now, Battle Styles has been out for a little while, so you're seeing some changes in what decks are really top tier. A lot there's the meta's in a good spot right now. I feel like because Pokemon's pretty much based on weakness, and so if your opponent's deck is weak to your deck, you start with such a huge advantage. But it's in a spot right now where there's a good variety in the deck, so if you wanted to play like a psychic deck, you're not going to be fighting dark decks every time because there's good fighting decks out right now. So it's in a decent spot. Nothing crazy right now though. We'll have to wait till Chilling Reign comes out.
I think that's the same with Magic. I mean, you can see all the bans here, and there's not much going on, but they are updating the rules. Um, Coming on Wednesday, February 17th, so that was a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Other than that, I mean,
Almost.
they change it like every day, is what it seems like for Magic the Gathering. You did make it into Mystic ranking, though, I heard.
Mythic.
Mythic ranking. My bad.
Yeah, I did it
In
using
MTG Arena.
a Boros Magecraft deck, and oh my god, is that deck
From
so
the
fun?
new
Because you win
Strixhaven.
turn 3 or 4, and so you can just go through games so much faster. So fun.
I haven't played MTG Arena in forever.
I like decks like that. I can just get it out the way and just
Yeah, because I hate playing super slow decks because when you lose, it feels like you wasted like 15 minutes. But if I lose with like Magecraft, I lose in like 5 minutes tops.
Goblin Fire deck. Any meta changes in the Digimon universe?
actually, yeah, the meta like this week has changed and last week it changed. So, 2 weeks ago, the meta essentially was Shine Greymon, of course, Sarismon, and Rookie Rush. Which Shine Greymon I've already mentioned about. Sarismon, basically the deck is about kind of spamming a lot of creatures, and then you just utilize them to power up your own Digimon, and then you just swing and win. And then Rookie Rush is basically a deck where you play a bunch of small dudes, and then you just beat your opponent in. You just go like
Yep.
small dudes go burr, as what some people say.
Goblin Fire deck from Magic.
Yeah. And then like last week, so a new deck kind of came into fruition, called Red Yellow Control, or two color control, as some people say. Um, but specifically red and yellow, because red and yellow, so the deck itself plays a lot of removal, recovery, and deletion. And so it utilizes yellow cards, recovery skills, which recovery in Digimon is basically you put the top card of your deck to your security pile, so you just gain a life. And then the removal for yellow is a lot of like lowering your opponent's power until they reach a 0, and then because of game mechanic, it dies. And then with the red side, you play like a lot of cards. For example, Shield of the Just, which says if your opponent's Digimon has a 5,000 power, it gets just straight up deleted. But if you have a red Tamer card, then if it's 8,000 power, it's straight up deleted. And now the significant part of that card is just the 8,000 DP, which essentially kills every level 5 and lower in the game, which is just so ridiculous. And so like this deck really countered a lot of like mainstream like regular like Digimon decks. Because like your opponent would just like swing into like their into your security, and then you play a lot of cards that have like security effects. So for example, like if I swung like an 8,000 power dude into the security, and then I hit a card called Seven Heavens, which says activate the main effect of the card in security, which is effect is you minus a Digimon's power by like 10,000 power, and so essentially that thing's dead. Or you can pick something else on the board and kill it, which is really oppressive. And then you just play like a lot of like like I said, remove not gosh, I can't
Removery.
talk. But like recovery and just removal, and it was just very oppressive. Um, and then for this week, the deck that has been just popping off out of nowhere is Megazoo, which I think for Magic is like something similar to that, if I'm correct.
You'd have to describe what it does.
Yep.
So Megazoo is basically you play a bunch of big dudes and then you just swing and you just kill things, or you kill your security because everything is just so big.
I feel like playing a green deck in Magic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the reason that this deck has been popping off is actually because of two color control. Because like everybody and their mom like last week was playing that deck. Also I was playing that deck. And so like kind of like the counter that you just played a bunch of like bigger dudes that cost or that even though they cost like a lot of memory, but their power is just so high, and your opponent has to like use a bunch of their own resources just to get rid of one dude. So it was very hard for the two color control person to like deal with that. And I know for me personally, I played two color control yesterday, and I actually played a Megazoo deck. It was just so hard to get over this dude's like vanilla 12k power dude, because a bunch of my cards only hit stuff that was like 10,000. And it cost like a lot of memory for that, so it was it was a very hard matchup for me. Um, and like another reason why this meta kind of changed, and shout out to Truce Champion Steven, because he is probably like the most prolific um, Digimon player as of now. And so whenever he makes like a deck, and like whenever he streams a deck or like posts it on YouTube, everybody's gonna be playing it. So that was another reason why everybody was playing Megazoo.
Yeah, it sounds like when the YouTubers at home had nothing to do during COVID and they got into the Pokemon scene, it just exploded.
Yeah. Yeah, that was crazy.
And then everything else just followed behind it. Any reasons to buy the newest set in Pokemon, Mike?
Alt arts. It's always alt arts.
Alt arts for
They're
the
so good.
collectors.
Yeah, they're the best cards they've released recently, and I don't know. Full arts are also good too. The like Empoleon full art in Battle Styles is my favorite card, honestly, and
Not the
the
alt art
recent
one?
stuff. And then
The one with the phalanxes?
go ahead.
Not the alt art one with the phalanxes?
No, I honestly like the full art more.
That's straight cap.
The colors on it is so good.
Absolutely.
And then
not.
of course Shining Fates. I think it's good to hold on to sealed as well, because I think it's going to gain value. Maybe not as much as Hidden Fates, but I think it's still going to hold on to its value really well. There's a lot of really good stuff in that set between like
the Shining
Suicune,
Ball.
obviously Charizard's in it. So
Yeah, the Shining
they're
Vault
funny.
cards, all of
Yep.
those. Yeah, one of my LGSs had some Shining Fates ETBs for $95.
Yeah, screw that.
Hate to see that in an
My Walmart had
LGS.
them for 50. So
Yeah, hate to see it.
you do. You really do.
Any reasons to buy the newest set in Digimon other than to get into the scene before it's too late?
Yeah, you really for those that are kind of like coming like new into the game, you definitely need to get 1.0 and 1.5 because a lot of those cards you're gonna need for like future decks. Like I know in Japan, right now they're in set 5 and they still play like for like a blue deck, they still play this card called Gorillamon, which is uh uh which is a level 4 Digimon that only costs one memory to digivolve on top of a blue level 3. So and that was in set 1. So just for like just longevity purposes.
So you don't see them getting pushed out anytime soon.
So what?
You don't see them getting pushed out anytime soon out of the meta or anything like that.
Unless if they make another one cost to digivolve type of mon, I don't think so.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. And for Magic, I mean, for me as a collector, the mystical archives from the Strixhaven set, just the regular ones and the Japanese versions, they're just so clean. And then obviously you made it into the mythic rank with the Strixhaven set, so obviously the
All
decks
good
you can
stuff
build
in that.
got to be good as well. And that about does it for the show. We don't have any reader mail because obviously this is our first episode. And I was gonna write us some reader emails, but that kind of defeats the purpose. But if you'd like to write into the show, you can write into casttcg@gmail.com. Again, that's CASTTCG@gmail.com with all of your questions, concerns, anything you'd like to see on the show, whatever you want to write in. Even if you just want to tell us hi or that you like my outfit, please let us know.
Right.
I like your outfit, Spencer.